up, people?
Hey, guys.
James, the movie critic, here with my lovely wife, Chynna. So happy that you guys are tuning in for our Bridgerton review. This is just season 1, episode 1. We're going to hop into that in a short moment. We are here in my new YouTube studio. So I had the best gift ever and the best wife ever because she converted our extra room into a studio that I could film all things YouTube. So now,
I just wanted him out of my living room, so this is more for me than it is for him. But we can just holiday spirit.
as I was saying, I can now come right in and hop into it, and the quality of my channel has just increased monumentally. So you'll see that reflected in my videos, and that's all thanks to this special someone.
Thanks, guys. So we wanted to shout out Nicola Coughlin, who plays Penelope Featherington, who shouted us out on Twitter. We wanted to thank her so much for that, and we appreciate her seeing our smaller channel. And for those of you who subscribed because of that shout out on Twitter, we want to thank you so much. And if you don't believe us, here's proof. Right. That she shouted us out. It will be somewhere on the screen here. So we wanted to thank you guys so much for being a part of the James the Movie Critic fam, and we have more to come.
Also, speaking of shout outs, I want to shout out the Bridgerton Lady. The Bridgerton Lady is an Instagram fan page that's based actually in Brazil, and it's one of the largest fan bases of the Bridgerton series. And so when we first filmed the trailer reaction, they reached out to me and they were so excited that someone took interest in what they possess as their own great love of this series. Yes. And they asked us to do episode reviews, and we're going to do some really cool exclusive content that we're really excited about. Not only will we be doing episode reviews, but
we will be doing Watch With Me episodes. So, not this episode, episode 1, season 1, but the following episodes, you will be able to watch it with us and get our live reaction. Let me tell you, by the look of this first episode, this is really going to be an amazing series. Yes. So, stay tuned to more exclusive content.
Awesome. So today we are doing a review of season 1, episode 1 of Bridgerton, which was written by Shonda Rhimes. And this is one of the many shows in Shondaland that she is making exclusively for Netflix. So as you guys know, she is an amazing writer, has done shows like Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, Private Practice, the most famous being Grey's Anatomy.
Of course.
So we know it's going to be amazing. And it's based off of a book series authored by Julia Quinn. So, in our review, what you can expect is just general thoughts of the show, both of our favorite characters, our least favorite characters, and what we expect to see in this season and what we hope to see from the show. So let's dive in.
Okay, so just to go over the entire episode, I really enjoyed how it started. So I thought that Shonda Rhimes did a good job of building the world that we're in. So we had a lot of B-roll, a lot of kind of view of the city and where we were going. So we have this kind of high society type of like backdrop, and then you have these girls who are coming into society who are now eligible for marriage. So within that is a lot. So everybody's really complex. Now, one thing that Shonda Rhimes is really good at is character development. With Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice, and a lot of her other shows, she really dives into the personality quirks of different characters. So I'm really excited to see a lot of these characters unfold.
Yeah, and what I actually loved about the show, probably my favorite part, has just been the diversity. I don't know if this was a Netflix call, a Shonda call, a Julia call, like who decided within the studio, like we should make this as diverse culturally as we can. But it's been refreshing and kind of jarring, like, because you have to understand, like, this is based in 1813.
Absolutely.
Like, life wasn't looking too good for a lot of minorities, especially black people, like, but minorities in general, like Hispanics, anyone in the 1800s. So to see the queen be portrayed by a person of color, as well as other members of her court, you know, not just as servants, it's quite refreshing. And it's even jarring, like, the gentlemen callers of these ladies have like full dreadlocks, and I just find this to be one of the most visually refreshing series I've ever laid eyes on.
And if any of you are a fan of Disney's Cinderella with Brandy Norwood, that was also something that diversity of character as far as cultural. So like the son was Asian and she was African American, and like
his mother was Whoopi Goldberg.
His mother was Whoopi Goldberg. So it's like, you know, technically it doesn't make sense, but I think it's really colorful and I think it's very inclusive, which I feel like in 2020, I think everybody should be represented and should be seen.
Absolutely. I love that. So, favorite characters. Should I go first or you?
I can go first. So my favorite character, I'll do my second one and then I'll do my first one. So my second favorite character is Eloise Bridgerton. Now, sis, at first I thought she was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of like the tomboyish younger sister who's like not creeping behind corners, but like cracking jokes and like being sarcastic.
Right. A little mischievous.
Yes, mischievous and really kind of getting on your nerves. But I really liked her as the episode went on. So in the beginning, she was really, really annoying. And I was like, okay, sis, you're throwing a lot of shade. And I bet you single. But I think as the episode went on, I really kind of liked her. Yeah. And even when... spoiler alert for this one, but even when the creepy gentleman caller came, and she's like, you know, the mother's like, okay, why don't you go visit your sister or, you know, kind of like be gone. She's like, actually, you know, I feel like staying. And her mom's like, actually, you know, I think you'll go. So I really, really enjoyed her. And then my first and favorite is Miss Marina Thompson. Now, she completely stole the show. Yeah. And so she kind of comes in really subtly, and you don't really think that she's going to kind of be the star in the beginning of the episode, but by the end, it is just all about her. The gentleman callers love her, and there's a little bit of conflict between her and
Lady Featherington.
It's
nice to see how she kind of came in and disrupted what Lady Featherington was trying to do by pushing off all of her daughters, and it's like, who's this distant cousin who's now like ruining my plans. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see, because, you know, with Shonda, you expect some scandal, and at first we were like both waiting like 20 minutes and like, okay, where's the drama?
Yeah, where's it at?
And that was one of the first clues, like, okay, this is gonna get juicy. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. My favorite character personally, and it's not just because she shouted us out before y'all say I'm biased, is actually Penelope Featherington. Why? Because
she's super sweet.
She's super sweet, but she goes against the grain. Like, everyone in this society is attempting to be like betrothed the prima donna, but betrothed, like pretty and picked up. Because back then, unfortunately, sexism was real. So as a woman, if you don't get married, you have zero value in society. A spinster. Like, terrible. I hate that name. I hate that word. But Penelope is like, hey, I'm out here about these books. I'm trying to get my study on. I want to become smart. And her mom's just like, there's a scene where her mom's like, you will confuse your thoughts by reading.
And I'm like, sis is trying to gather some thoughts. Don't play her. Don't play sis.
I literally cackled out loud when she's like, you'll confuse your thoughts. Like, I don't know why that's funny to me, but it's funny to me. So Penelope is definitely my favorite character. I do have some secondary ones, but I think I'll save them for the next episode. So my least favorite character by far is Anthony Bridgerton. It's the oldest brother who is now the elder statesman of the Bridgerton family.
He's a blocker.
Obviously, for those of us who haven't watched, we don't know what happened to the dad of the Bridgerton family, but obviously something happened because the son is now in charge, and he is blocking. So it's all about his younger sister, Daphne, who's trying to get betrothed. And again, these are some minor spoilers. We're not making any giant ones, but just so you know, he does a lot, not intentionally and not maliciously. He prevents his sister from getting to her goal, which is to become a wife and a woman in that society.
And he wants her to be with Creeper McCreeperson, which is so wrong.
Captain Baloney is like my name for him.
Captain Baloney?
Yeah, he just looks like, if Baloney was a human, it'd be him.
Yeah. So my least favorite character right now is the Duke of Hastings. Now, the reason why, he is arrogant, and it's just like he's smelling himself, and he's the Duke of Hastings. He's back in society, so everybody is kind of like up under his nose. And I kind of get it. Like, if I was a guy back in the day, and moms are like flocking me, their daughters are flocking me, I kind of feel myself too, because I feel like when I got a good outfit on and somebody looks at me twice, I'm like, haha, that's me. But at the same time, I feel like even his interactions with him and Daphne at the table, and he's like, you know, it's just too much. And it's just like, bruh, everybody is not like just licking and kissing the ground you walk on, so just chill.
True. But
you all right?
Yeah, I had a burp. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll leave that in. Ignore it, guys. Don't make fun. But that brings me to. I did. It was just under my breath.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But that brings me to what I want to see from the show. I want to see the Duke of Hastings backstory, they've kind of hinted that something happened to his mother, really awful, something happened to his father, and he is not fond of his father's memory.
No, he creates a lot of distance in his language.
Right, and even though his name is Simon, he's like, don't call me the Duke of Hastings,
right.
That was my father's name.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see what the history is, and sometimes when I think I know something, I will say this actually confuses me. All the cultural diversity. I'm like, oh, it's so-and-so sister. Because generally in another show, it's like, oh, well, he's black and she's black, they're related.
You know
in this show, you just gonna cut me off of my thought.
Sorry,
I wasn't talking.
Continue.
Did y'all? Wow. In front of the subscribers? In front of the viewers?
Continue.
Don't do me like that.
So sorry.
Anyway, you would connect like, oh, they're black, maybe they're connected, but in this show, that's completely not true because a mom may be black, her daughter may be white, and it has nothing to do. So that's quite funny. You were saying.
My apologies, but the reason why I said ooh was because I feel like maybe the backstory, and I'm up the ladder of inference, so I'm totally guessing, is the Duke of Hastings' father maybe didn't really care about him, like he was like the black sheep or whatever the case was, and so that's the reason why he doesn't want to attach or associate with his father.
Sure.
And or his father might be a gigolo
and did it wrong by his mother.
Yes,
I could see that.
So I think sure. Either one or two of those are the case on why the Duke of Hastings is really not wanting to connect ties with his dad.
Okay, so that's what I want to see from the show. What do you want him to see?
I am giving Shonda Rhimes some time, but I really wanted more cliffhanger in the first episode. I feel like with Grey's, with How to Get Away with Murder, I feel like by the time the last 30 seconds of every episode is like
snatches you.
Ooh, and I really didn't feel that here. Now, of course, James was like, well, she's setting up the scene, and I totally get that, but I feel like she set up the scene before.
Yeah. And
even with these shows that have, 17, 18 seasons, but I wanted a little bit more drama and a little bit more cliffhanger.
That's fair. And you know what? This is a review, so there's a little spoiler here, guys. Yeah. Sorry, deal with it. In that last 30 seconds, when she's like getting approached by Captain Baloney, we all know who he is, and Daphne's like, bro, leave me alone.
Yeah.
She has to give him the 1-2-1.
2-piece of biscuits.
I love that. Like, she laid him out. But I liked that, her and the Duke concocted this plan to kind of get Lady Whistledown off their backs. That was pretty cool. Yeah. It wasn't a huge cliffhanger, but it set up the interesting that we know will surely follow.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think Lady Whistledown is? And don't spoil it if you actually read the book, please.
Don't do that.
But those who are watching it for the first time, who is Lady Whistledown? I mean, we haven't seen enough characters. I was like, ooh, what if it's Eloise? What if it's one of the little sisters? It's probably not. I'm just shooting in the dark.
Ooh, what if it's the Duke of Hastings' mother?
Oh, the fake lady. Yeah, but then they showed her reading the stuff, but I guess you could fake that too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see.
But it'll be interesting if Lady Whistledown ever gets revealed. But yeah, man, those were our thoughts on season 1, episode 1 of Bridgerton. We're super excited to hop into the rest of these episodes, so just stay tuned for more reviews and our actual reaction coming. So we'll do a live reaction.
In the Watch With Me episodes.
Yeah, that's the reaction.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You guys feel that? That's the awkward in the room.
I'm new to this, guys. So
she's new, but have mercy on her because she's pretty. But yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, drop down below who your favorite character and least favorite character is. Who you think Lady Whistledown. Honestly, anything regarding Bridgerton, just no spoilers for those of us who aren't farther than episode 1. Kind of keep pace with us. That'd be best for the community. And we'd love and appreciate all the comments. And tell your friends, if they like Bridgerton, come watch our content and subscribe, right?
Yep, subscribe.
Alrighty, see you guys soon.